No wonder a Pekingese has a self-important attitude, given his history as an imperial favorite. He was held in high esteem in the imperial court of China, and he still knows it today. A Beijing resident will welcome you with dignity and pride. He is well aware that his ancestors were companions of the royal family and continues to demand respect for such a position today. With his cute brown eyes, his long straight hair and the tail that he gracefully carries on his back, he sways through life fully aware of who he is and the importance he has for the people who live with him. Bikinis are very intelligent, but this intelligence is matched by an independent mind and a wide stubborn streak. Training them is the challenge. They hold themselves accountable in any situation, so you must convince them that you are responsible and that doing what you want is in the best interest. Pekingese do not respond well to rough training or discipline and can make them defensive and possibly bite. A Pekingese are very loving and affectionate with their families, yet aloof from strangers. This characteristic makes them excellent watchdogs. They like to bark when strangers approach. Some Beijingers tend to bark a lot, so it's a good idea early on to teach them when to stop. They are brave, sometimes to the point of recklessness, and will defend you to death if necessary. While small dogs always interest children, a Pekingese is not a good choice for families with young children who may almost inadvertently treat him. Pek will not stand constipation or tingling and will not hesitate to stand up for himself. Always supervise any interaction between a Pekingese and a child of any age. Peks don't always get along with other dogs. They prefer the company of other Peking people, and it can take a long time to get used to the other animals in the home. Through appropriate socialization, early exposure to many different people and other animals, sights, sounds, and experiences, however, they can become best friends with other dogs and cats and be included in their royal group. To make sure everyone agrees, however, supervise any active game. Pekingese round and protruding eyes are easily infected with a poor pull or paw. Pekingese copious coat needs daily to weekly care. The show dog's long, flowy coat needs daily maintenance, but people with a Pekingese companion can choose to keep their pets' coats short to ease the burden of grooming. If you are looking for a loyal, loving friend who will treat you with respect and dignity and expect the same treatment from you, then Pekingese might be a breed to consider. They need someone who understands the unique needs and is ready to make room for a truly individual person in their life. Bikinis will nurture you with all the love and passion that a truly big heart can offer in a small package. Highlights because of the short noses, peks snore, some of them very loud. Bikini eye can damage one of the round bulges or explode during excessive rough play. This is rare, but it can happen. Peks have an excessive amount of wrinkles on the face. This can cause problems with folded dermatitis, skin irritation, and infections. Folds should be kept clean and dry. Peks tend to gain weight if they are overfed. Pek might go on hunger strike just to prove his point to its owner. Pekingese tend to bark a lot. It can be difficult to break into the breed. Pekingese tend to be single-person dogs. Due to its profuse coat and short noses, it does not tolerate heat well. To have a healthy dog, do not purchase a puppy from an irresponsible breeder, puppy mill, or pet store. Find a reputable breeder who tests breeding dogs to ensure they are free of genetic diseases that might transmit them to the puppies, and that they have a healthy temperament. Date. According to Chinese legend, a lion fell in love with a monkey, which is a type of monkey. To marry his love, the lion begged the Buddha to reduce his size but let him keep the great lion's heart and personality. Buddha agreed, and from the union of the two descended the Fu Lin, the Chinese lion's dogs. Maybe that's not the way a Pikingese looked, but it's a good story. The breed is indeed ancient, with DNA evidence confirming that it is one of the oldest dog breeds. Pik is believed to have been in China for 2,000 years. They were named after the capital, Beijing, now Beijing, and were companions to nobles, princes, and members of the imperial family. The commoners bowed to them, and they still expect a cure today. Pikingese were under heavy guard and were never allowed to leave the palace, let alone the country, but it caught the attention of the Western world as a result of the Opium War in 1860. When British forces entered the imperial palace after the conquest of Beijing, their discoveries consisted of 5 Peking dogs guarding the body of their mistress, who committed suicide. Instead of capturing the face, the dogs became war trophies and were transported to England, where 2 were presented to the Duchess of Wellington, 2 to the Duke and Duchess of Richmond and Gordon, and 1 to Queen Victoria, whom she named Lottie. It remained scarce, although by the 1890s more Pikingese were being smuggled out of China. A dog named Pekin Peter is said to have been the first Pikingese dog to be shown at the British Dog Show, in 1894. The breed was at that time differently known as the Chinese Pug and the Pikingese Spaniel. The Beijing Club was founded in 1904. Naturally, Pikingese popularity spread across the Atlantic to the United States. The rascal was the first Peking native to be registered by the American Kennel Club in 1906, and the Pikingese Club of America was formed in 1909. Today the breed ranks 49th out of 155 breeds and species registered by the AKC. Size: a Pikingese is heavy for his size with a muscular, stocky body. It measures 6 to 9 inches at the shoulder and weighs 7 to 14 pounds. In the Chinese Empire, Pikingese who weighed less than 6 pounds were called sleeve dogs, and wore sleeve cuffs in the robes worn by members of the imperial court. Character: he may sound rude, but a Pikingese is a standing-up figure who is much tougher and brave than his looks. Pikingese royal dignity, self-worth, confidence, and stubborn streak come together in a lively, affectionate and gentle dog who will respect you if you do respect him. Loyal to his people and protect them, he barks at warning when strangers appear. Train him in assertive, gentle consistency using positive reinforcements such as nutritional rewards and praise. You'll always succeed if you can convince Pete that doing something is his idea, not yours. Mood is influenced by a number of factors, including genetics, training, and socialization. Cute temperamental puppies are inquisitive and playful, and are ready to get close to people and hold on to them. Choose the pup who is located in the middle of the road, not the person hitting mates in the litter or the one hiding in the corner. Always meet with at least one parent, usually mom is available, to make sure they have a nice mood that works for you. Meeting siblings or other relatives of the parents is also helpful in assessing how the puppy will look when it gets older. Like every dog, Pekingese need early socialization, exposure to many different people, sights, sounds, and experiences, when they are young. Socialization helps ensure that your Peke puppy will grow into a well-rounded dog. Enrolling him in kindergarten is a great start. Inviting visitors regularly, taking him to busy parks, dog shops, and on fun outings to meet neighbors, will also help him hone his social skills. Health Pekingese are generally healthy, but like all breeds, they are prone to some health conditions. Not all Pekes will develop any or all of these diseases, but it is important to be aware of them if you are considering this breed. If you are buying a puppy, find a good breeder who will show you the health clearances of the puppy's parents. Health clearances prove that your dog has been tested and cleared of a specific condition. In Pekes, you should expect to see health clearances from the Orthopedic Foundation for Animals (OFA), for hip dysplasia, reasonable or better, elbow dysplasia, hypothyroidism, and von Willebrand disease, from Auburn University for hemostasis. And from the Canine Eye Registry Foundation, (CEF), which confirms that eyes are normal. You can confirm the health clearances by checking the OFA website, ofa.org. Patellar dislocation, also known as sliding strangulation, it is a common problem in small dogs. This occurs when the kneecap, which consists of three parts, the thigh bone, the patellar kneecap, and the shin tibia, is not properly lined up. This causes a limp in the leg or an abnormal gait, such as jumping or jumping. It is a condition present at birth, although the actual dislocation or regression does not always occur until much later. The friction caused by a kneecap dislocation can lead to osteoarthritis, which is a degenerative disease of the joints. There are 4 grades of patellar dislocation, ranging from grade 1, which is a transverse dislocation that causes temporary lameness in a joint, to grade 4, where the tibial flexion is severe and the kneecap cannot be realigned manually. This gives the dog an arched appearance. Head muscle syndrome. The condition's full name is humeral obstructive airway syndrome, BAOS. This condition occurs in those breeds that have been selectively bred to have a short face. These dogs have had some breathing problems from the time they are born. Exaggerated features that occur with their anatomy include an elongated, fleshy, soft palate, narrowed nostrils, changes in the larynx, and a relatively small trachea. Problems vary depending on the severity of the disease. Most dogs with cerebral palsy snore and snore to some degree. Some have no other problems. Others experience discomfort, coughing, vomiting, fainting, seizures, and decreased exercise tolerance. Overheating is especially dangerous for these breeds because panting causes more swelling and narrows the airway, which leads to overheating. Anxiety. Treatment can include protecting the dog from being overweight, using corticosteroids for short-term relief of airway inflammation, and surgical shortening of the soft palate if it is elongated. Cataracts. A cataract is an opacity in the lens of the eye that causes difficulty seeing. The dog's eyes will have a cloudy appearance. A cataract usually occurs in old age and can sometimes be removed surgically to improve a dog's vision.